Alright, so at this point we want to kind of combine the two meshes. And the first thing I want to do is check out all the objects that are pretty much listed on this, and we can see that it's quite a lot. Let's drop this down a bit so we can see that this goes on a good ways. So we have the sword, we have um, the coat. I forget what it's called. We have all these textures. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete everything I don't want. I didn't delete the sword. I just made it invisible. Um, and it looks pretty. Let's go ahead and delete the face stuff. Actually, I think I did delete the sword. Ugh. Delete all this. I wish I could keep part of the armor, but I'm going to go ahead and just delete the armor as well. We're going to try to leave in the arms. Um, we took away the sword, but we're technically leaving the sword. We're going to leave in the legs as well. It kind of, I guess it kind of looks like a wolf, the, the armor plate. I don't know. Oh, I'm so tired. Anyway, let's grab the body and try to line it up with the chest plate as much as we can before we just completely obliterate the chest piece. So as you can see, this is just a terrible model to bring into to the the game. His body's crooked, his head's tilted. It's just all around. I can't stress enough. It's just best not to bring in a 3D image that was taken by a photographs. Um, Definitely bring in something that was meant to be brought in. So I'm lining up pretty good. He's not the exact same size as Blyde, but after several testings, yeah, he's okay. So he's pretty lined up. That looks pretty good. It doesn't have to be too perfect. I kind of want to tilt him a little bit. He looks like he's hanging off on his right side too much. Um, so we got the blue one. Just tilt him ever so much and bring him back in. Put his head in the center of that thing. Alright, looks pretty lined up. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and delete everything else now since we don't need it. Um, I think I separated these by loose parts or something. I don't remember those being an additional option. And if you don't know what that means, let's say you have, let's look at Geralt for example, when we want to separate him into segments, we can highlight all of him, um, and then go to Mesh, and I think you'd have to be in edit mode. But you go to Mesh, and then you do separate, and then separate by loose parts. And it definitely helps with editing, but when you do that, it definitely cuts the mesh, so you would have to like put it back together. It's really useful in armor plates and stuff like that, but it's horrible for things like skin. So use it, in the proper situations. So I'm just adding the finishing touches to him. It's funny how he's got like a choker on right now, but I'm gonna have to delete that too. So I'm done messing with him, but you can notice the skin kind of goes over his shoulder. And I don't like that. So I'm going to click tab, which is going to send me in edit mode, and I'm just going to highlight some of this, and try to find a way to tuck it under the skin. I could also just straight up delete it, which would be a lot easier. Um, get rid of all that. Just trying to clean it up the best that I can. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's now 8:47 in the morning, and I still haven't slept. And I still got several more of these videos to upload, so I don't even know if I will be sleeping. You know how life is. Man, it's just pitiful over here. May actually duplicate one of these belt lines and kind of merge it above its like duplicate version just to hide some of the belly skin because it kind of just sticks out too much. It's not super noticeable in game because uh, really the only times we fight where we see him is when we're fighting and he's gonna be moving a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna try to clean this up. Um, might be able to tuck it. I don't know. Just do whatever you feel is best. It's just a lot of little nitty pitty, picky work here. Just highlight all the edges. Push Control Plus, and it kind of highlight anything that I didn't highlight. And I'm gonna try to move them down so I can stretch the skin a little bit, and then I'll see if I can't tuck it down, like actually down. Just do what looks good. I will warn you, be absolutely careful when you are making selections on a 3D object because it could very easily select something in the back. Um, and when you click delete, you're going to delete something and you're not going to realize it. And then you're going to have to try to fix it. When you try to add a new face or something, um, I personally don't know how to get uh, the UV map to recognize it without completely unwrapping it and just messing up the whole thing. But try your best not to delete things that you don't need to delete because it's just an absolute nightmare, especially in an object like this, which has a million polygons. Um, it's just, it sucks. Just be extra careful that you are, in fact, highlighting what you intend to highlight. You can control click on things that you don't want. And one of my favorite merge features is the merge by distance. Um, it keeps the colors. It kind of looks a little shitty, but with something so small, it's acceptable. Especially you're not gonna notice this when you're fighting him. And I'm not trying to be super perfect. This is just kind of like a show and tell. Anyway, when you're done with that, just feel free to make sure you apply all transitions, even if you didn't. Just double check that you do. It's better safe than sorry.